Hello everyone, welcome to Close Up on America's Business, the program that takes you inside some of the most unique and successful companies in America. I'm Janice Marie. On each edition of our show, you have the opportunity to meet some of the most innovative business leaders in the country today. You'll find out what their products, services, technologies, and business models can do for you, and what they're doing to change our world and to change the way we do business.
It is a problem that practically every homeowner living here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex has to live with. And that is the fact that thanks to the soil conditions and the weather in this part of the country, eventually the foundation of their home may shift and drop, causing cracks in the exterior as well as interior walls of their home, leaving deep fissures open to the weather and insects. That's exactly what happened to this house. And it's a problem you can't ignore for too long. And you can't just fill the cracks with plaster and consider it done, because the foundation is now totally out of whack. It's no longer level. The answer? You have to jack the home back up, or the foundation up, and then support it so the house won't shift again. And that is where a company named Hargrave Hargrave Foundation Repair comes into the picture. For over 40 years, this family-owned firm based in Wiley has specialized in installing supports under foundations. They call them piers, to return homes to normal. It's a big job, but it works. To learn more about this very specialized business, we've come on location to a house they are stabilizing here in Plano.
What we do is, once the piers are installed and the jacks are set, we will span as many piers as we need to pick it up evenly, not to hurt the foundation and put it in a bad way. So we will span as many piers as we need to pick the house up on an even basis to not twist it and put it in a bad way. So as the guys get set, I will just say go, and they'll actually pump those jacks one time. And I'll say go again, and we'll just keep raising it up nice and easy. We've got a man inside the house watching it to make sure we're not creating any damage inside. I'm on the outside as well, watching the cracks close on the outside. Again, the object is not to get the house level, it's to put the house back in the position it was before it starts settling. More of an art form, not a science.
Hargrave Hargrave Foundation Repair, we go in and fix cracked slabs. Once the slabs settle in our expensive soil, we go in, we dig haunches, screw in piers to a certain torque, to a certain load capacity. Then we put our jacks in there, we jack it up, and we block it off, and then put the dirt back in. But we try to take care of the problems on a house that is settled. If the house is not too bad a shape, when we get back into our rainy seasons, it'll raise back up by itself a whole lot of times. But then next year it'll go down, it'll move again. And it may move just a little further because it's already had a failure part to it. And so it'll go down, then it comes back up, and it goes down, and then finally gets to the point to where people are starting to patching cracks, and so they call someone to come in and put piers around it, which basically you make a commercial foundation out of it.
It has been closing for us, because there was a separation here at this window here, and it's disappeared. The crack is closed right here at this window, T.O. You want to go ahead and add one more to it?
One more, yeah.
Okay. He will just rest his finger over the opening, and when he says go, he'll actually feel the crack close. That lets us know that we're doing what we need to do. Go!
From the first time I met Hargrave Hargrave, they made me feel comfortable, they made me feel valued, they made me feel informed. They sat down and explained to me the soil types in my neighborhood. They explained to me the best plan of repair for my home. The day that they scheduled the meeting, they arrived promptly. They came and they dug up my shrubbery in the front yard, which was a little scary, but they did it with such care. They dug it up, they watered it, they wrapped it, and then the time of the lift, Chris Vaughn, the foreman, came in the house with me. And of course he took off his boots, was very respectful, everything was meticulously done. And I looked in amazement as the cracks in my ceiling miraculously closed. So I was very, very happy with that, and I felt that I had the most solid foundation in the neighborhood at that point. The precision and the care that they took was flawless.
There are several different piers out there. This is the A.B. Chance Steel Helical Pier. It's like a screw anchor. It screws into the ground just like a wood screw would screw into a piece of wood. Right. The pier is designed to hold a specific load. We can take that pier to as deep as we need it to hold that specific load. Residential homes, about 25,000 pounds of holding capacity. These piers on this particular house have been going on average about 14 foot deep. So as the pier gets screwed into the ground, we actually add extension material onto the pier and can just keep tapping the pier into the soil, not using the house to advance the pier in any way. When you look at the house, you both look at the inside and outside. You shoot elevations on the home to try to determine exactly where it's trying to settle, but you also look at visual damage too. Doors that are sticking, brick cracks on the outside, sheetrock cracks on the inside. When you start seeing those signs, that kind of gives you the area of greatest concern, what's moving. Houses may not need piers all the way around them. This house needed 9 piers. You don't ever add more piers to it if another area is not giving you trouble. The house is stable enough to where we carry a lifetime transferable warranty with the home. It stays with the house. You don't have to call and tell us that the house has been sold. We do not charge any transfer fees. The house does not, it does not matter to us how many times the house gets bought and sold. The warranty is with the home, the property, not the property owner.
We began to see some cracks inside the house, particularly in the corner of this bedroom here, and some cracks manifesting themselves outside the house as well. So we knew that we probably had some foundation issues. The problem will be cured in that the house will be raised approximately 2 inches in this corner here, and the piers themselves will secure the house to prevent any sinking in the future. We have the entire perimeter of the house looked at and in fact inspected by both our contractor and a mechanical engineer, and they determined that only this corner of the house would require these piers, that the rest of the house seems to be stable. I think the icing on the cake for Hargrave was the fact that we had 3 unsolicited references from acquaintances of ours, and it was, hey, if you need foundation work done, these are the guys that you should call and see if you can get to work with them.
We don't want to crack the windows and put them in a bad way. Picking up the house is not a problem. So we picked it up as much as it'll take, and what we're going to do at this point is get her stabilized.
Okay, perfect.
Good deal. Once we've lifted the house to where we want it, we will take a solid concrete block and set it between the 2 jacks. Then we'll take steel shims and we'll literally drive them in. So when we release pressure off the jacks, we don't lose what we've lifted. We pull the jacks out from underneath the pier hole, and that stays underground. So if you ever have trouble with the foundation, if it needs to be adjusted or tweaked in any way, we will actually come in, dig it back up, and we can set the jacks where they were originally. So we can add a steel shim or even take one out, so it's always adjustable. That's why we can give them lifetime transferable warranties.
They weren't trying to sell me on their product. Brian came out, he explained to me foundations, how they work. He explained to me their procedure, the helical piers. I like the fact that they were using the weight of a drill and not the weight of the house to put the piers in the ground. And all in all, he just impressed me with his knowledge, and he was very friendly. About 6 months ago, I asked a coworker if he'd ever had foundation work done, and he said yes, he had, and he gave me the name of the company. He said Hargrave Hargrave and Wiley. I said okay, and then I waited a while, wasn't sure I was ready to have the work done, and then we realized we did need to have the work done. Told a coworker, I'm going to have some foundation work done. She goes, oh, who are you using? I said, Hargrave Hargrave. She goes, oh, we used them. They're great. And she goes, and my neighbor used them. She had a lot of damage, and they were great. So I said, I got 4 interviews, decided to go with Hargrave Hargrave for recommendations from people.
Every house we do, we basically marry that house. Whether you have it, someone else, we have a limited lifetime warranty that's totally free transferable, and we take it from there. If they'll just give us a call. We don't know you got a problem until you call us. It's a positive attitude that I should be able to take care of any problem that you have, and I can fix this. We tell them, people, and I tell them, if I go out and look at your house, you don't pay me until you're absolutely happy with it. When you're satisfied from the dirt cleanup to everything we do, then you write me a check. And not until. No money up front. You don't pay me no percentages up front. When the job's done and you're happy, then you write me a check.
As you can see, the crack that was initially here has now been totally closed. The house has been raised several inches and stabilized, and for all intents and purposes, that's a problem that this homeowner will not have to deal with again, thanks to the technology and the experts at Hargrave Hargrave Foundation Repair. I'm Doug Llewellyn, reporting from Dallas.
Well, that does it for this edition of Close Up on America's Business. I'm Janice Marie. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.